Hey everyone. So I just wanted to make a video before this first month of the year is over, and I wanted to just finish it strong. Um, so it's getting kind of late, but this is a fun finish to January, and I just needed to make this video and just talk about faith and just some of the things I'm learning about life right now in this stage of my life as a young adult, and just to reflect on the past and the future, looking back at 2022 and looking ahead at 2023, and how I want to approach this year. Um, so I guess where I could start here is, well, I guess looking back, like 2022 was a hard year for me. I just had a lot of anxiety and doubts and fears about how to approach life and how to even think. Like, how to even literally think about life and biblical thinking and faith based thinking. My approach to life just wasn't working. It's like I keep trying and I didn't really have a lot of confidence. And I was trying to get that, and I was like all over the place. And I was like trying to figure important things out, like aha moments about how life works, like how real life actually works, and then trying to accept that. That's been recent. That's been like January, is me like looking at how life works and wanting to accept those truths. Because I just I feel like our thinking can be very like important. Well, it is how we think about things influences our behaviors, our values, and just like a lot of different things. So I just wanted to get my mind like aligned with scripture and just how like God would want me to see things and how to approach life in the best way that would be healthy. So life, you know, there's so much to it, right? It's something I've been tackling for a while. I want to, I guess I guess get the gist of, you know, my expectations is the first thing that I would bring up. My expectations have been way too high. I would expect to do more than I could do, like 10 times more than I could do. And my goals, too many goals at one point going back this time last year, and I really had to narrow that stuff down. Narrowing it down to realistic, approachable goals that I just know I can do. And I still do resolutions. Like, resolutions is just a motivating factor for me. It's not for everyone, but I think for me this year, I just did need based resolutions that revolved, I guess you could say, like around health, driving, faith. I'm still going for my permit or my license. I have my permit. Um, Community, social, like, and just enjoying life. That's a very general one, but we all have this need to just enjoy life, and that's very important, you know. So, like the faith category is just going to church, talking or going to also the young adults life group that I've been attending for a while now, and it's just people around my age, and we go to someone's house, and it's in the on Sunday evenings, and we just hang out and talk and discuss faith, and it's great. And so that, and just reading my Bible consistently. Um, I want to get through the Bible. My original goal was to read it in 1 year, but that was not realistic. I tried, but it might be more like a year and a half. Not 100%, but I'm going to keep going for it. And reading sessions looks like 3 chapters. I just want to read 3 chapters to have a decent enough of a read to where I could get through it in a reasonable proportion of time, because it's a big book. It's a book composed of other books. So it's like a mega book, if you want to call it that, or a compilation of books. There's 66 total books in the Bible. There's a lot of different versions, but I read the English Standard Version, which is translated ESV. Um, just easy to understand for me. Um, I am right now. I'm in the first book, which is Genesis, as many know. I am like on chapter 31 right now, and there's like 50 chapters in the book. So that's as far as I've gotten chronologically. I've read different proportions at different times, but have never been through it chronologically. And I've wanted to for a while now. So that's the faith category. Then the health category just kind of looks like me aspiring to a healthy sleep schedule that works, aspiring to a healthy diet, which for me looks like taking out gluten and dairy from my diet to help my gut because I have a lot of gut issues right now. That's gone back into college. It goes back to, just having cramps and just like intolerances to certain foods. And so, yeah, I'm gonna cut out as much as I can. It's not gonna be perfect. No way, Jose. Is that gonna happen? No. But I will try. So, also, lowering sugar intake, not too much of artificial sweeteners and sugars, um, not too much caffeine, like way low on the caffeine. I've been talking to an herbalist who's been giving me advice, and apparently I should aspire to an average of 40 milligrams of caffeine a day, which is very low dosage. Like 1 cup of black tea would be the equivalent. I'm sensitive to caffeine, so that stuff's not really going to serve me well. But there will be exceptions. I'm human, and I have to make those exceptions. And I will have an occasional cup of coffee. Maybe I put half a shot of espresso in it, which is about 30 milligrams, because one shot's like 60 milligrams, I'm pretty sure. I've looked some of these things up on Google. Um, yeah, I've thought through a lot of different aspects of my life. So, yeah, that, and also there's one other category that I need to go down on. Well, that's most of it, really. I've covered most of that. Then going into the other category: sleep, diet, exercise. So for that category, I've been going on walks in my neighborhood, and that has been sufficient. Just a few walks, sometimes a few walks each day. And so those are all things we need. The resolutions that inspire me are all need based. It's like putting those as priorities, which faith is like the first priority for me, and that covers life. And then there's the higher, it's like a pyramid, and then there's the other ones, kind of like that. So like once, like free time, fun activities, experimenting and trying new things. Um, yeah. So that was a nice little chat about goals and stuff. And so now I would like to go into the 2022. Yeah, that was just a tough year for me. But I got through it with the perseverance of my faith, and I've learned and grown a lot from that. So I've like just really been learning about how life works, really trying to accept how it is, even if it's not how I think it should be or how I want it to be, to just accept how things actually are and to accept myself as well. Self acceptance is very important. And so I've been really working on just accepting, how God made me and accepting different aspects about myself. Like, I was diagnosed with high functioning autism when I was a kid, and that has kind of, affected the way that I see the world in different ways. I'm very logical, analytical. Um, I can spend a lot of time to myself with no problem. A lot of people can do that, but I'm very, different aspects of myself. I can be very schedule oriented, very rigid with things, kind of strict. But I'm working on kind of getting out of some of that. I don't want to like always be like that, but there's different personality traits that kind of go along with being on the spectrum. Um, can be anxiety and depression, but the good parts about it, I'd rather focus on like what's good about it, like we need people with different types of thinking in the world, and it's something that is, something I'm accepting now. I've been accepting it recently because I used, like, going back, I didn't even like remotely want to have anything to do with it for 3 years straight, and just denied having it. Like, I was like, I didn't want to have anything to do with it. But in January, I just accepted it. I was like, I'm going to go forward like that. So that's one thing. Um, yeah, so looking forward into the future now. The past, learning a lot, trying to get the faith to do life, literally to function. Like, to literally be able to keep going and persevering without feeling like I want to give up, or I feelings like not want feeling like you can go on or persevere. That is literally what 2022 was like. So, yeah, mental health was, and spiritual health, and even physical simultaneously. Like, all three of those things I'd been like battling. And so going, and even now I'm having some of that, all of those rain categories of things, but my faith will get me through anything. And I'm determined and assured of that. That's my foundation, and that is why I'm persevering. God's my motivation, and so hope I can encourage others with that. Finding purpose and meaning every day. Enjoying the moment, learning to be in the moment, exist there. Um, yeah, things like that. Um, it's definitely getting better. The more I grow, I see the pattern, the logistic growth that I'm looking for, where I continue to improve as I change my thinking, and I keep growing from there. So I do feel like things are going to continue to get better over time, and I'm going to learn a lot of good things. So then looking ahead into 2023, that is just, I've really wanted this to be my year. I was like so excited about it this month, and yeah, I'm a big January person. It feels like a fresh new start, so I'm big about like the New Year's resolutions and just like going into it and seeing what happens. And then I'm kind of just looking forward to not having too many plans or expectations, just goals and aspirations, things that I'm just trying to do. But really, I don't want to put a lot of tabs on what's going to happen in the next month, or trying to plan too many things or set too many expectations at all. I just kind of want to go with the flow of how life actually is meant to be, and kind of looking and seeing where God wants me, and kind of just navigating it in that mindset. Because usually I'll be trying to plan things up, and I'll be trying to like take too much control myself or do too much. And I'm like, I need to not do that, and let kind of like listen and find, I guess kind of find patterns in how my life is playing out, and try to connect that to what God might be telling me. What people are telling me when I get advice, trustworthy people. And that could be like God speaking to me. So learning to take signs, trying to find where God wants me, instead of me thinking I need to be in control. Because controlism is something that I'm trying to just ditch, like throw that out of the window. We're really, as human beings, more like, we're very good at that. We really want to have control, even if it's not the best option. Like, it's just hard to get rid of, but it's worth it. I feel like if I do that, and I kind of like, I still plan, right? We all got to plan and have a plan, right? But like, if that plan does not go the way that we want it to, then to find acceptance for that is empowering, because I struggle with that. Like, I can get disappointed easily if something doesn't go the way that I'll expect it to, or. So I'm learning about that. Just accepting how things go, but still having like a loose plan for things, and aspiring towards things, taking action in different ways, trying new things and experimenting. Because life is like experimenting, or as if we're scientists and we're trying to figure things out, but we don't expect that we're going to know it, because we are going to make mistakes, and that's okay. I'm learning to accept that. Like, mistakes are okay. It's a part of life, and we learn from them, and it's not even remotely failing. In fact, failure is a harsh word. I throw that out of the window too. I don't want to have anything to do with that kind of that mentality. Easy to have, but there's more like ideal ways to accurately see life for how it really is. And when I look at the Bible, that's what's changing me to like accelerate my thinking to like the objective thinking of how it is. And I spend a lot of time actually analyzing things. So I'm aspiring to this knowledge of how life is. And that's kind of what I need. It's like it's like a deep need for me is to find out like those patterns and to, make the connections and apply that into my life directly. Because I'll have so much more confidence and find so much more freedom in my faith. Like, having faith is empowering because it gives us freedom, it gives us more spontaneousness to just do things and to feel like each new day is fresh, like a new start, a new beginning, and you can always keep going again and again. That's how I've always wanted to feel. So, seeing life in a new light, for this new year, that's a fresh topic, being dependent on God to provide for us, you know, He's great and he has all control. And he's good. He only wants the best for all of us, each of us. And he has a wonderful plan in store for each of us if we, follow his will. So I'm excited about that. And I guess I'm kind of closing it now. This has been a really great, chat. And I hope that you guys gain a lot of good insight from this, from what I'm learning right now. I have a birthday coming up in March. I'm 21 now. And honestly, I think this would probably be a good wrap. I can just to say, Happy New Year, everyone. Have a great, have a great journey of life. I can inspire you to maybe to check out the Bible. For anybody who's new or is curious, to check it out. To check out prayer and what the power of prayer is very important. How it connects us to God and like any of those things. If you're new to the faith or if you're just really curious, I would inspire you. Um, and as well, I hope that I've encouraged you guys, and I look forward to making a video in February. I'd like to make one a month. That would be my goal, at least. And I think that would be practical. So I hope that everyone keeps going. Have faith and keep going on. Aspire to new things and just try new things. Reach out, get wisdom from people, find your community, like all of that good stuff. So hope to I'll just see you guys next time. Peace.